Alright, so I very much respect what Taylor Swift has done with re-recording her music. However, there is a dark side, a very dark side to what's happening now.
I look pretty today, huh?
Unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that douchebag McGee Scooter Braun purchased the Taylor Swift catalog, which led to Taylor taking the advice from Kelly Clarkson to re-record her masters of her first 6 studio albums so that she would get royalties and ruin the purchase Scooter Braun made. Genius. I love it. In fact, there's no better example of life not being about what happens to you, but how you react to it. Chef's kiss. And it's important to note, this isn't the first time this has happened. This has been happening for years, but kind of quietly. No one really questioned why Def Leppard was re-recording some of their stuff back in 2012, but you'd have to go all the way back to 1999, when Prince re-recorded and re-released 1999. And he did so that he would get the royalties, not Warner Brothers. That dude always ahead of his time.
So what's the dark side?
Number one, record labels, they don't love this for obvious reasons. So now they're starting to change their recording contracts to state that you can't do it. I don't even know if that's going to hold up in court, but record labels are doing everything in their power to prevent what Taylor has done from happening again. But here's another dark side, and this dark side is something that us, the listeners of the music, have to deal with. Let's say you're listening to a Spotify playlist. Maybe you're listening to a bunch of very familiar music, like 80s and 90s stuff that you know by heart. But all of a sudden you're like, something is off here. It is. A lot of bands have re-recorded their music to put it on Spotify so that they will be the ones to make the nickels and the pennies from the Spotify royalties, not the record labels. Whereas I support the artists getting the money they deserve, unfortunately, a lot of these artists' re-recordings 20 years later are just not nearly the quality of the originals. And as a fan of music, listening to something that may make me feel nostalgic, to hear something that's completely different or lower quality, yet by the same artist, does not exactly do it for me. So if you're hearing a lot of versions of songs that you don't recognize, but they're songs you used to love, that's why. And again, this is something that's been going on for a long time. We can't blame Taylor. It's just that Taylor Swift is the one that's done it correctly, re-recording her albums in a way that's making the albums and the singles on those albums hits all over again. And since she is the biggest pop star on the globe, it's brought more attention to re-recording music, so record labels can't take advantage of artists. It's a dirty business. In fact, I feel a little dirty inside now. I'm gonna go clean up. Okay, bye.